Hello students, it is of my first class in the anatomy. So today our discussion is the suboccipital triangle. Now let's see what is the term. This suboccipital means anything sub means there will be a below. So the suboccipital means below the occipital triangle. Okay. So what is this below occipital triangle? There, if you know this, there will be in the neck. In the triangles of the neck, there is the occipital triangle. So below this occipital triangle, there is a suboccipital triangle. So first we will start how does the incision of this suboccipital triangle. Suppose this is the structure of a human neck. This is the external occipital protuberances. External occipital protuberances. And this is the level of the C7 vertebra. So along to this border, so first you will be identify this region. Okay, this C external occipital protuberance and the C7 vertebra, and along there. So first you will be the skin will be get inserted as like this. If you insert this, this will be the insert as like this. Insertion of this region, skin. Along after the skin, you will find the superficial fossa. Superficial fossa. This superficial fossa has some nerves. What are these nerves? Greater occipital nerve, lesser occipital, and the third occipital. Next, it will be having after the superficial fossa, you will be find the deep fossa. Deep fossa, the other name is fascia coli. And in the fascia coli, you will be have the three muscles. What are these muscles? Trapezius, splenius capitis, and the semispinalis capitis. Okay. So after this semispinalis capitis, so if you insert this semispinalis capitis, you will find this our topic, suboccipital triangle. So how does first skin? So this as like a flap. Okay, the flap like the skin will be get the out. Next you find the superficial fossa. After the superficial fossa, there is some content, deep fossa. After deep fossa, semispinalis capitis, and last you will be find our this suboccipital triangle. So this is the very important. How does you will be get this suboccipital triangle? Okay. So all these structures, skin, superficial fossa, these structures, deep fossa with these muscles, semispinalis capitis, all are will form your roof formation. Okay. So this is our topic. First subtopic. How does you will get our suboccipital? Okay, so now we will move to our next topic is the borders of this triangle. Okay, so if you know, if you watch that this triangle is somewhat this kind. So triangle, so this is a triangle. This point will formed by occipital bone. This formed occipital bone. This formed by the atlas C1 vertebra. This is formed by axis C2 vertebra. C1 vertebra, C2 vertebra, and this is the occipital bone. Okay. Now this border formed by the superior oblique muscle. Superior oblique muscle. This border formed by the inferior oblique muscle. Now these borders are formed by the two muscles, rectus capitis posterior major, and the rectus capitis posterior minor. Okay, rectus capitis posterior major, posterior minor. So what are this origin of this muscle? The origin of this muscle is the transverse process of the C1, and the insertion will be occipital bone. Okay, and the nerve supply of this muscle is the suboccipital triangle. Similar, the name suboccipital nerve. Sorry, and this is inferior oblique. This origin will be spine of axis. Insertion will be transverse process of C1. Nerve should be suboccipital triangle. Sorry, nerve. Again a mistake. Rectus capitis posterior major. It is the origin from the spine of axis, and insertion will be at the occipital bone. You see this occipital spine of axis to the occipital bone, and the nerve by the suboccipital nerve. And rectus capitis posterior minor origin should be this is the spine of axis to the insertion should be sorry, this is the not for the spine of axis, this is actually the atlas. Okay, and this will be the insertion should be occipital bone. Okay, and what will be the nerve supply? Suboccipital nerve. Suboccipital nerve. Okay, so this is the how does the boundaries. This roof is complete. Okay, in my previous slide. Now in this, how does the floor formation? The floor formation by the atlanto-occipital membrane. Atlanto-occipital membrane. And the posterior aspect of the atlas. Okay, these two are formed your what you call floor. Okay, rectus, this will be the your rectus muscle, and the oblique muscle will form your boundary. Okay, now what are the content? The content, main important content of these triangles are the vertebral artery, third part of the vertebral artery, and another very important content is the suboccipital nerve. Is the suboccipital nerve. Okay, suboccipital nerve. Suboccipital nerve. Okay, so we will see this is the occipital. Okay, so at which level of occipital? This is very important. Okay, so next I will move towards the occipital bone. What are the insertion of this occipital bone? Okay, now this is our occipital bone. Okay, what are the important few landmarks? 3 nuchal lines in the external surface. 3 nuchal lines: highest, superior, inferior. Attachment of the ligamentum nucha, this external occipital protuberances, and the internal surface you will find the internal occipital protuberances. Similar. And these are the huge foramen. This is the foramen of Magnum. Okay, so what are now the muscles you will be find at this level? So first, here near the superior nuchal line, here will be the attachment of the trapezius muscle, and here there is the attachment of the sternocleidomastoid. Sternocleidomastoid. Okay, and in between these two muscles there passes the suboccipital vessels. Occipital vessels. portal vessels. Okay, in between the superior nuchal line and inferior nuchal line, there will passes the two important muscles is the splenius capitis and this is the superior oblique muscle. Okay, and in the line of the inferior nuchal, two important muscles, rectus capitis posterior minor, rectus capitis posterior minor, and rectus capitis posterior major. So minor should be medially, major should be the laterally. Okay, so this is the very important at what level it will be getting the inserted in the occipital bone. Okay, so this is a very important topic. Next we will move the contents, detailing of this content. This suboccipital nerve. Suboccipital nerve is originated from the posterior ramus of the C1. Unlike the all other, it will be having the two branches. Okay, one for the muscular branches, supply the four muscles of this triangle, and some of the communicating branches. Now we will move towards the vertebral artery. This is a very important topic, vertebral artery. What is the origin of this artery? The artery will be the originated from the first part of subclavian artery. Okay, what is the course? The whole course of this vertebral artery, actually the third part of this vertebral artery will be the passes through the triangle. Okay, so it will be having the first part. What are this? Where after the origin to the foramen of transversarium of the C6. Okay, second part up to the from the C6 to the foramen of the transversarium of the your atlas, and at the third part, now this part will be within your suboccipital triangle. If you watch the suboccipital triangle, the course of this vertebral artery, it will be forming a loop-like structure. Okay, this is important, loop-like. And the fourth part, the part above the foramen of magnum. And what is the ending of this? In the brain, it joined with the opposite side and continue as the basilar artery. If I proceed further, then this basilar artery divides into two branches. Okay, terminal branches, posterior cerebral and the posterior cerebral. Okay, this posterior cerebral is as a tortuous artery of our body. Tortuous artery. Okay, the tortuous artery of our body. So this is the your ending of the what you call the vertebral artery. So if I mention the branches, in the fourth part there is a very important one branch is the posterior inferior cerebellar. Okay, and there is some meningeal branches. Here there are some spinal branches, there are some muscular branches are there also. So these are about the your vertebral artery. Now if you want to know the clinical anatomy of this vertebral artery, is very important for this aneurysm. Now what is this aneurysm? Aneurysm, if this is the your artery, now aneurysm will be the certain this outgrowths. Okay, certain this kind of outgrowths from this your vertebral artery is very common. After the abdominal aorta, vertebral artery is the most prone to have this kind of the aneurysm. Why? Because the deficiency of the collagen fiber in the tunica externa and the media. So this is about the very important for the vertebral arteries. Okay. So and it is this loop. I again mentioned this loop. This loop is very important. If suppose this will be the flow with the conduct. If you see the vertebral artery picture, the vertebral artery will be gradually downwards. Sorry, upwards. Okay. Vertebral artery will gradually upwards. Now, if this certain velocity will be reached from brain, this is very harmful. Okay. So for the decreases this to decrease the velocity of the artery, decrease the velocity of this artery, you have the loop formation to protection of the brain, protection of the brain. So this is the, I think up to this is sufficient for your vertebral artery and also your suboccipital triangle. So thank you for watching this video.